Yo, we're live. How are we all doing? Yo, yo, yo. We are live. We're back. We are back on YouTube. Feels like a long time. Guys, before we get into things, as usual, do me a massive favor, hit that thumbs up button. Greatly appreciated. It means the world and it helps me out more than you know. So, yeah, before we get into things, smash the like button. Let's try and get 50 likes before we even get started today. Let's make sure everything is running smoothly. First and foremost, just let me know if you can hear me and see me okay. I don't know how many times I've think that I've set this up correctly, but it just hasn't been the case. And someone can't hear me or someone can't see me very good. So yeah, just make sure that we're okay, and then we'll get this show on the road. Just gonna watch me on live stream. I'm sad like that. Just make sure everything sounds okay. Yeah, seems to be good. How are we doing then, guys? Hope we're all well. Like I said, it feels like a long time. It feels like I haven't made a YouTube video or done a live stream in a very long time. And you may be thinking, didn't you post a video like 2 days ago? Yes, I did. The video where I was driving down Stelvio Pass. Yes, I did. I wouldn't really class that as a YouTube video though. I wasn't sure if I was going to, make a video of me driving down the Salvia Pass. I just sort of, took that little impromptu video, and I don't know. It just is what it is. I was trying to enjoy my trip, so I didn't focus on making videos while I was there. Although I did film a few videos, which I'm sure you will be very interested to see, especially two in particular, especially if you are a BMW fan. Yeah, done some pretty cool stuff while I was away. Of course, I went to the Nürburgring as well, took the BMW 130i on there. You know, um, actually, I'm not going to talk about it. We'll save it for the video. Some very interesting things happened, actually. And yeah, almost things almost went wrong. So I'll leave that down to the imagination. Love that comment, OCM. Your hair looks very rusty. Does it? Simon Peters, how are we doing? Good to have you in here as always. Don Khan, the legend, is back. Who's the legend? No, good to have it. Good to have you in here, Don. Ian, how's it going? Again, good to have you in here, as it is to, of course, Andy as well. Hi, George. How was the Euro trip? So the Euro trip, it was good. Yeah, had a fantastic time. In all honesty, though, could have done with longer. And I know that seems bizarre because I was away for 2.5 weeks or so. But we went to a lot of different places. We covered a lot of miles. And yeah, it it was very much a road trip. I'm pretty sure we covered like over 3,000 miles in like 2 and a bit weeks. So yeah, covered a massive distance. And yeah, ideally could have done with a bit longer in each of the places that we went to. Huh? Says Marty. Just had the valve cover gasket done on the N57, says Simon. Huh. To be honest, I've never really noticed a rocker cover leaking on the N47. Obviously, I've owned 2 N47s. I did obviously replace the gasket when I did the timing chain. But I'm guessing before that it was on the original at like 120,000 miles. So I didn't really know it's a common problem to leak. Don says he's loving our money pits. Yes, we all are loving our money pits, I am sure. But yeah, I guess, guys, if you haven't already done so, hit the thumbs up button. Let's get this live stream cracking. Let's try and get as many of you in here as possible. I'm sure I've definitely fell out of favor with the YouTube algorithm now, and YouTube is just not going to recommend any of my videos or any of my live streams. So we really do need all the help we can get at this moment. Try and, just comment, just try and like, and I need to try and get the YouTube algorithm back in my favor. But yeah, I wanted to make this live stream tonight just to talk about what I've been up to and, talk about what the plan is now that I'm back. And I say I'm back for good, at least for the time being, because I think the last live stream, it was sort of in between these 2 trips that I had planned. So I went to Scotland for nearly 2 weeks, and then I had about 3 weeks back home, and I've just gone to Europe for 2.5 weeks, which I don't want to sound ungrateful. Like, we sort of planned these 2 trips for a long time, but yeah, I don't think I want to plan like trips like that again in such quick succession. I mean, it couldn't really be helped. We went with family members and that, and those were the only dates you could sort of get off. But yeah, I could have done with more time at home. So I could have got a little bit better prepared with YouTube. Usually when I go away, I like to have videos that I can just sort of roll out and, leave on scheduled, but it just didn't happen. We had quite a bit going on here at the house, and just busy with a whole bunch of stuff. It just couldn't happen. So yeah, I'm glad to be back now. Like I said, don't have any more trips booked this year, so just going to be work from me, really, to get things moving forward. I was actually going to make a video explaining sort of what my plan is now, but I was going to make it outside and take you a walk around the cars and the garden and all the rest of it. But it's been tipping it down of rain all day. So yeah, I didn't really bother with that. I thought I'd just pop on a live stream, and anyone that wants to watch this back can do so. But yeah, so the plan is now going forward is I want to try and proceed with the garage, and I want to do it, if possible, quicker than I had initially planned. Now, initially I thought, if I can get the garage before the end of next year, then I'll be happy. But I really want to try and push things forward, because I think I need that garage to take things to the next level. It's days like today when it's raining that I can't really record outside. It's, frustrating for me, and it's probably frustrating, for you guys as well, that want to see me progressing with these projects. And, when the weather is poor, it's just not possible to do so, especially when I've got things like paint to do as well. So, yeah, it's a nightmare. So I really do need to move forward with this garage slash workshop build. I'm going to try and do as much as I can. I've already been in contact with a few garage companies, got a few rough quotes, and it's going to be expensive, but I don't think as bad as I thought. I mean, it's probably worse than I initially thought, like, a year or so ago, but it's not as bad as I then thought it could be, if that makes sense. So, yeah, it's still going to be expensive. It's going to be a lot of money. I don't have a lot of money. But yeah, I think now I'm just really going to cut my spending. Not that I really spend much money at all anyway. I mean, most of my money literally just goes back into the channel and into the cars. I mean, you probably see me wearing the same clothes day in, day out. I don't, I mean, you could say I do travel. I like to travel and stuff like that, but I don't buy stuff. I don't really. That's not really my thing. If it is your thing, then fair enough. But yeah, I just like putting money back into the channel, I guess, to make videos and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm gonna really try and put as much money as possible now into the garage build because it's essential. It's what's needed now for me really to move forward. Because I don't know if I've said this publicly or not, but I want to hit 100,000 subscribers, and I would quite like to do it next year. So I'm putting it out there now that is the goal for next year: 100,000 subscribers. I mean, I could say it for this year, but that would be very ambitious to gain like 35,000 subscribers in a couple of months. So I don't think that's going to happen, let's be honest. But yeah, I want to try and get to that next year. And I think I'm only going to get there if I get this garage built, because once I have that, I can, do bigger projects. I'm not limited on the time, the day, the weather or anything. I can literally work 24/7 once I'm in a nice dry garage workshop environment. I mean, look at the biggest channels on YouTube. They typically work out of a garage. They have access to some kind of lift of sorts. So yeah, I think that's what I need to move things forward. Now, I don't know if any of you guys saw the post I put on the YouTube community page, but I basically explained that going forward, any contributions that you guys make on the channel, whether that is, something like in a live stream now, like a super chat, super sticker, a donation via PayPal, or any of the money that is from Patreon, that is all now going directly to the garage build, and any extra money that I have as well, that is all going to go directly to the garage build, because like I said, we need to stop messing around now. I'm not going to make excuses. I'm not going to make excuses. We have been sort of going back and forth for the past year or so now, I will say, but I think the biggest thing is that we don't have a proper workspace. But yeah, I think I'm going to make that the priority. But yeah, that's what's sort of happening with the garage build. The cars, I can see, who was it you said? Yeah, Simon, you asked, did you sell any cars? No, I haven't sold any of the cars yet, but as I mentioned before, I need to probably sell 3 or 4 of them. So yeah, 130i is not going anywhere. The Mini, once that's finished, got a pretty big job to do on it, actually. I want to do the rear subframe and replace the brakes all round. And then that's probably going to go to a family member. And then the E60 525D, that's going to be sold on. That's still going to be in the Trading Up series. And then the 760, really don't know what I'm going to do with it, whether or not I'm just going to sell it for a flat fee, or whether or not I'm going to auction it off, because I would quite like to get my money back out of that, because yeah, I spent a lot on it. But yeah, guys, if you do have any questions, do feel free to fire away. there's not going to be any sort of strict routine or strict structure to tonight's live stream. Feel free to chime in. We'll have a bit of a chat, and yeah, hopefully answer any questions you guys have. It's just good to be back and talking to you guys. Like I said, it feels like quite a long time since I made a video. Yeah, I mean, you're talking middle of July. Obviously, I posted the video of me getting the car ready for the Nürburgring trip, but that was about it. Before that, you're talking like the middle of July, which is it's just not good enough on my standards, and it's just not good enough for you guys. So, yeah, I'm looking to get back into a regular routine where I can start putting a video out every 2 or 3 days. We'll see how the weather holds up, though, I guess. But yeah, if it comes to it, I'm probably just going to have to go outside. And I don't know. I mean, I don't mind the rain. I've worked in the rain loads of times, lying on my back, water running down your neck, running up the back of your top, running down your trousers. I've been there. I've done that because jobs have, needed to get done at times. But you can't take a camera outside into the rain. Cameras and water just don't mix. So that's the annoying thing. And microphones as well. It's not, it's not the best for them. It's a common problem, apparently. That's the valve cover on the M57. Yeah, interesting. I didn't know that. I mean, I guess I can only go off my own experience, right? James, how's it going? He says, evening, George. Evening to you too, James. Hope you're well. Dave's Beginners Golf. Hi, George. Welcome back. Thank you, Dave. Appreciate it. What do you think of Matt Armstrong? You've spelled Matt wrong. It's just with a 1T. N Ademi. Do you follow him? Do I follow him? I don't follow him. What do I think of him, though? Yeah, is a great lad. I've spoke to him a few times before, and yeah, he seems like a real sound guy. So, nothing but admiration for what he's done. He's took his channel from, his channel was the same size as mine, pretty much. I remember, I think I was on maybe 6,000 subscribers and he was on 10,000 subscribers. And then his channel pretty much blew up overnight. He'd done the Audi S5 build, I think it was. And yeah, he gained like 30,000 subscribers overnight. And it's just gone to levels and levels after that. So yeah, fair play to him. Is a very hard worker and it's adamant, in his videos, and he deserves everything that he has. So yeah, top guy, Matt is. Do you still have the barn find BMW 5 Series? Yes, good question, Corsa Randy. Yes, I still have it. Immediate plans for it is to get it up and running. I'm going to be honest, I don't have a lot of money to spend on it like right away. I've made it pretty clear. I can't just pour money into it. It's not going to happen. I can't do a full restoration unless there is the views to warrant it. So I think we've posted 3 videos so far, and I think we've gained around 15,000 views in total, something like that. That's just not going to cut it at the moment. I'm hoping, like, once I can get a Will It Run video, I'm hoping that will potentially do good. But all the videos that I think are going to do good generally don't, for whatever reason. But yeah, we can live in hope, I guess. But yeah, we still have the E12 5 Series. I want to get it up and running as soon as possible. Don't mind me, by the way. I just eat my dinner on a live stream on YouTube. Here's a question for you guys then. Which car are you most looking forward to seeing videos on? Now that I'm back for good, not going anywhere anytime soon. Which car are you most looking forward to seeing videos on? So we have BMW 130i, the R56 Mini Cooper S, the BMW 760Li, the E60 525D, which is the trading up car, and then we have the E12 520, the barn find car. Oh, I've decided I want to get another car as well. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're absolutely mental. Yes, probably am, but I don't want to get another. I do want to get another car, but obviously not yet. I want to get a daily driver. Probably an estate, probably a diesel, maybe an 318D or a 325D. Now you may be thinking, why those models in particular? I just don't want to have to deal with swirl flaps, to be honest. That's the main reason. I just want something that's going to be low-ish maintenance. Something that I can definitely put my own stamp on, but I don't want a car that I'm going to do something crazy on. I just want something that I can just maintain, something that's going to be practical, good on fuel, and that I can rely on, I guess. Simon, you want to see the E12? So, in your opinion, then, Simon, what do you think I should do with the E12? Just be, completely brutally honest. What do you think I should do with that car? So, bear in mind, it is a 1979. That makes it 44 years old, and just spent the last 29 years in a barn. Now, you've seen the condition of it. The bodywork is rough for definite. The structural integrity of the car, i.e. the chassis underneath, it looks pretty good. I don't think it's going to fall apart. I don't think the floor is going to go through or anything like that. Bear in mind, bushes, suspension components, things like that, they're all going to be shot, obviously. But the interior is very good. We don't know if the engine runs. We don't know why it's parked up. But it's a cool car, and I would quite like to drive it. But in your opinion, Simon, what do you think we should do with it? And I guess that question isn't just to Simon. If you have any thoughts, guys, what you think I should be doing with that car, chime in. Hold on. I don't think this is loading comments. Hold on. Have I been missing comments? Yes. Ian says R56 Mini Barn Find 5 Series says N Ademi. I thought you were selling them. The cars, yes, I will be selling them eventually. Obviously, I need to finish them first, to some degree, anyway. I think you're right with a will it run vid and then weigh it up. Yeah, I think that's the best approach, really. That's, you know, like I said, I always think a video is going to do well because a will it run video, like you see them on YouTube, they can have like 1 million views. Then I'll post it and they get like 2,000 views at best, which is frustrating, but you know, what can you do? Thought you were selling them, but you said you're buying another. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know if you caught what I said. I'm not. I do want to buy another, but like I said, it won't be till I've sold pretty much everything. I want a diesel estate. I'm thinking like a 318D or a 325D, something good on fuel, something reliable, and something practical. After going to Europe with the boot completely full, with baggage on the back seat, you know, and sitting in a BMW 1 Series, although it's a 130i, which is fun. I'm glad I took that car. There is no other car that I have which I would have rather taken on the Nürburgring. It doesn't have that much space, which again, it's fine if there's only 2 of you, but there was times where there was like 4 of us in the car. So yeah, I would rather, you know, for the driving part of the trip and all the rest of it, I would have rather had like an estate or something like that. But yeah, I won't be getting that until, like I said, until the others are sold, because at the moment, like, it's quite frustrating trying to move cars around. I need to stop buying cars and just sell them, finish and sell them first. I mean, I suppose once I have the garage up and built, I will have room to hold more cars than what I have now. But realistically, there's no point having more than, I don't know, say 3 cars, to be honest. Like, you can't drive them all, can you? So, yeah. Pedro Fly, I haven't seen you in a while. Hey, will you ever get a 6 Series E63? You know what? I used to absolutely hate the look of a BMW E63, but they're definitely growing on me. And I can see them being a bit of a classic in the future. I think I'll always prefer the E60, you know, the 5 Series, but I wouldn't say no to a 6 Series, you know, but it had to be something cool, I think. Like a 635D or like a 650i, something like that, or an M6. The Cody P, what's for dinner? I had pasta, chicken chorizo pasta, and it was lovely. I thought the 525 was ready for sale. Simon, it's pretty much ready for sale. Just have a bit of paintwork, pretty much. It's cosmetic stuff, so it's mechanically all sorted. Obviously, put a 12 months MOT on it. It's cosmetic stuff now. Now, I don't know. Maybe I'm just being ridiculous. Maybe I am. I don't know. Maybe I am just being me again. Maybe I'm just being over the top. and trying to make every car I own perfect, which, like I've said before, I'd be a terrible car trader because, a car trader would have just had that car in, fix what was broken on it, what was obviously broken on it, and then sold it straight away. But for whatever reason, I seem to get it in my head that I have to fix every little thing on the car. And that's why things take so long. And I can't help it. I think I'm a perfectionist. I think probably that's what it is, which is good if you're buying a car from me, I guess. But when I don't know, I'm trying to move things along quickly, it's just, I don't know, it can get a bit too much. But yeah, the car, like I said, is mechanically sound. It's like the side skirt. I want to paint that. The mirrors, the wing mirrors, they are corroding as it does on pretty much all the BMW E60 wing mirrors. So I'm going to strip them down to bare aluminium and paint them. And then it just wants a good clean inside and out, to be honest. I may, run my polisher over it, see what's hiding under the paintwork, and yeah, go from there. But like I said, any car dealer wouldn't do that. They wouldn't even bother. They would just clean it and get it out the door. But I don't know. I do too much, I think, sometimes. But yes, it is very nearly up for sale. I want to get that sold this month, and if I do not get that car sold this month, you need to call me out for it. To be honest, like once I'm done, I don't think it will take long to sell. I'm going to be asking, I think I'm going to be asking for it £3,195, which I think is a good price. I've seen them up for quite a bit more than that. It isn't the best spec. I say it's not the best spec. It's a bit of a weird one. It has half leather interior, but heated seats. Obviously, it's an M Sport. It's an LCI. What else? Obviously, it has all the usual E60 stuff. Has iDrive, auto lights, auto wipers. Does it have a sunroof? I don't think so. But that's possibly a good thing, though, right? Sunroof drains not getting blocked up and all the rest of it. But yeah, that's got to go this month. I need to start messing around. I also want to get the 520 up for sale. Up for sale? No, I do not want to get it up for sale. I want to keep it if I can. I want to get it up and running. And then the Mini, I think realistically that's going to be the Mini and the 760. I think they're probably going to be done hopefully by the end of next month, because there's the E66, the 760, that don't need particularly big jobs, but it just needs a lot of little jobs. Again, mostly cosmetic trim pieces that I'm going to refurbish and stuff like that. But again, yeah, that's just me going way over the top and, having things take way longer than they should do. I don't even know what. Oh, that's what I was saying. Yeah, I was responding to Simon, wasn't I, about the 525 being ready. Pedro Fly, he says, an M6 V10 will definitely give you the views for sure. Pedro Fly, okay, I appreciate that. I agree to some extent, but when you buy a car like that, I don't think it's sustainable. Like, if you're spending £15,000 to £20,000 on a car just to get decent views, I don't think you're going to see a return on that investment. I really don't. Especially not me. If you're like a big channel, you'll probably see a return on that investment in a handful of videos. But a channel like me, I'm never going to get anywhere close to that. So yeah, I can't be spending that sort of money on a car. At least not at the moment. Hopefully in the future, I can be buying you know, cars of that sort of price tag. But that's why I'm having to buy, you know, the cheapest of the cheap cars that, you know, cheapest cars in the country and all the rest of it, because, you know, I don't, if I was to spend like ridiculous money, I just wouldn't see a return on it. And, you know, not everything has to be like, you know, super profitable, but you have to bear in mind things have to be sustainable here on YouTube. You know, I'm sure there's a lot of people that have just went out there, you know, bought a £30,000 excuse me, £30,000 car on finance. They have made a few videos on it, seen a return of like £100, and then are like, oh wait, I don't know why I bought this car. I can't even afford to, you know, modify it. I can't afford to make any videos, and it's just eating me alive. So yeah, I've just got to be smart, I guess. Yeah, step by step. That's exactly it, Pedro. I have to walk before I can run. The main focus for me is just getting consistent with videos again. Like I said, I know I've probably fallen out of favor with the YouTube algorithm, you know, having such a long time away from YouTube, which is frustrating, but I guess it's, you know, I guess it's my own fault. Obviously, you know, I went away and stuff like that, so it can't really be helped. But yeah, I just need to knuckle down and, you know, just getting videos out. I have I think 2 or 3 videos maybe from the trip. So those will probably be the next videos you will see. And it's not videos of me walking around eating KFC and stuff like that. So you haven't got to worry about that. It's videos which I think you'll actually find interesting. Of course, a video of me on the Nürburgring, as I've mentioned, but then some other pretty special videos as well. It's getting warm in here. I need to strip off, I think. Yeah, I don't know why these comments are not loading on StreamYards. It's a bit of a strange one. So I'm just on the YouTube app. Guys, quick reminder again, if you have not already done so, do me a massive favor, hit the thumbs up button. Greatly appreciated. Really helps me out. Here's a question for you guys then, and it's something that I have been thinking about for quite a while now. What would your guys' thoughts be if I was to have a crash damaged whatever? You know, say if I was to get a car from Copart, fix it up, and then not overly fix it like I've, you know, do with pretty much all my cars, where I can't have an error code on it. I mean, just fix up like the visible damage and then sell it on. What do you guys think about that? Do you think that's a good idea or not? I mean, I've haven't had a great experience looking on Copart and the likes previously. You know, when I've tried to search a few cars up, I've really found that the price of what you're getting is not really worth it. You know, whatever, you know, say for example, £1,000 car on Copart, which is completely smashed up and needs £1,000 of work doing to it, you can just buy £1,000, you know, variant of that car which hasn't been smashed up and is perfectly fine. So it feels like they add a massive amount of fees with Copart, and you seem to have to pay a YouTuber tax just to say that you have a smashed up Copart find. Derek says, when is the garage going up? You seem to always be avoiding this. I mean, you turn your garden upside down for your dream garage and only laid grass seeds. Never saw any building. Good question, Derek. But I guess you didn't see the first half of the live stream. I basically went through everything with regards to the garage. I'll touch on it slightly again, but I've made it quite clear now that my priority is with the garage, because I think that's going to allow things to progress to the next level. You know, things like when it rains and, you know, like the weather, in the evening, the darker nights, you know, whatever. It doesn't matter when I have an inside space to, you know, work on cars and to shoot videos. At the moment, it's very hit and miss with things like the weather. Felt like last summer and previous summers, like it felt like summer was just like 8 months long, whereas this year it's just been very stop start, and I don't know if. Oh wait, I just thought that the live stream was way behind then, like 20 minutes behind, but I don't think it is. Comments still aren't loading on StreamYards, or StreamYard, should I say. So I'll just have to go back to the YouTube app. But yeah, so the garage, yeah, all priorities going into it at the moment. I'm going to try and do as much as I can in, you know, with regards to prepping the foundations and the driveway, and then, you know, disassembling the old garage, smashing up the driveway, smashing up the concrete pad for that. I'm going to try and do as much of that as possible myself. And let me know, do you guys want to see that? Do you want to see that as another step in the garage build series? Because all that, like I said, I could probably do myself just for the, you know, price of fuel and hiring a digger. But then after that, it's probably going to get pretty expensive. And yeah, Derek, as I was saying, pretty much all available money is now going towards the garage build, and any donations, super chats, PayPal donations, Patreon memberships, all that money is now going directly to the garage build. You know, I'm not sitting here drinking beer on that money. I'm not, you know, buying designer clothes with that money. It's all going directly back into the channel to create bigger and better content for you guys. So yeah, hopefully that's answered it anyway. But if you want the long drawn out version of that, again, you're just going to have to go back and watch the first half of the live stream. Simon says, I think Simon says, I just realized that. I think in terms of growing your channel, great, because that's how people seem to be doing it. But you prefer doing DIY videos, so up to you. Do what you enjoy doing. So that was in regards to the question where I asked, you know, would you guys want to see videos on a crash build, you know, like a Copart build or whatever. And yeah, it seems to be very popular here on YouTube, but what you can often find is what can be popular for one person often isn't for the next person if it doesn't really fit their style and what they're sort of about. So yeah, I completely agree with what you're saying there, Simon. It's a good point. I'm not sure if I would enjoy it any more, but I'm not sure if I would enjoy it any less, you know, doing you know, a rebuild crash damaged car of sorts. Oh, David Merrifield, what a legend. He sends I can't put it on screen unfortunately, David, but yeah, what a legend. He sent a €5 super chat. He says, hi George, best wishes from Ireland. And that's exactly what I mean. Donations like that just going straight into the garage fund, essentially. So yeah, can't thank you enough. Any of you guys that want to contribute in any way, you know, maybe you just want to give a token of your appreciation, or you just want to say thanks for a particular video, now's your perfect opportunity. You can do it via a super chat or super sticker. Or if you want to go a step further, you can even join the Patreon. Have, I think, 7 of you guys on there now. So, yeah, can't thank you all enough. But again, no pressure to do so. I'm just happy that you guys watch and show your support in the comments and, liking and all the rest of it. Derek says, you got your priorities correct with the garage. I would really focus on that and sell all the cars if need to achieve that. Most others on here managed to do it with no issue. Yeah, well, thank you. I'd like to think I've got my priorities correct. Yeah, it's the only thing really holding me back. I mean, like, obviously it's getting dark now. It's nearly 9 p.m. And, if I had a garage, I could be working in there right now. I could be recording videos. I could be doing it around the clock. It's at the bottom of the garden. I don't know if any neighbors behind me. It doesn't matter what time I'm working. I can just crack on, get things done, and I can really up the video product. Well, I can up the video production. I can have better lighting, have better camera angles, and all the rest of it. I'll be able to show you guys underneath cars and things like that. But not only that, I will increase the video quantity. So the quality will go up, but the quantity should go up as well, which, can't really complain with that, can you? That would be the ideal situation. Pedro Fly, by the way, what is it? Covered up. I think I want to still see that. By the way, thank you for all the N52 videos. Thanks to you, I've got my E92 325i fully mechanically sorted, running as smooth as ever. Thank you. No, thank you, Pedro Fly. Yeah, it means the world that you are watching the videos, you're liking, commenting, all the rest of it. Yeah, you know what? Like the N52, the BMW 130i, I'm so glad that I bought that car. I tapped into a whole completely different market. I think it's probably my most viewed car on YouTube now, possibly, I want to say. I have a video on it that's got nearly 1 million views. So yeah, that's like phenomenal. Blew me away. Never expected that to happen. But yeah, I'm glad that I've helped you out, I guess. One thing I did notice before I started doing the N52 videos was the sheer lack of detailed videos out there. Let's just take, for example, the valve cover gasket replacement. There's hundreds of videos of people doing that on YouTube, but almost none of somebody showing you actually what you need to do. Which bolts you need to remove, what torque setting you need to torque the bolts down to, which tools you need to use, and all the rest of it. And I feel like, especially on that engine, I have not invented ways of how to do things, but I feel like I've thought of ways to do things where nobody else has. Like, for example, the inner disser valve, the small disser valve. I don't think I've seen anybody remove that without removing the intake manifold. And to me, it was just common sense. Like, why would you go through all that hassle of removing the intake manifold and potentially breaking some of the crankcase breather hoses when you can just remove the alternator, put your hand in, remove the bolts, and jobs are good on. Yeah, just stuff like that. I feel like it's been a huge success, great success. And yeah, I'm just glad that I've managed to reach a lot of people with those videos. Derek coming with the loaded questions as always. Well, you should really get on with it. I wouldn't focus too much on videos. We can all wait for videos. Would rather you focus on that and come back with the surprise. Uh, no designer clothes, yet you wear Hugo Boss almost everything, including trainers. Only thing we don't know is if you have the matching underwear. Okay, he's clearly trolling. Anybody who knows me knows that I don't wear designer clothes to any degree, so that's completely false. Uh, I know he's joking, obviously, but I would really put in for planning, as the planning lasts for 1 year from the time permission is granted. If it gets declined, then you know what you can and can't build, so you have a full idea of price. Yeah, that is actually a good point. I'll give you that, Derek. However, not however, I don't even know why I said that. I am in talks with a garage company at the moment, and we're just sort of finalizing a few bits of the plan. And then once I'm happy with how things can potentially look, they can give me the plans to submit for planning permission. Uh, before I do that, though, before I do that, I do want to remove the stumps and roughly level off the garden, so I like the area that, the dirt, basically, so I know exactly what I'd be working with, and it'd be a little bit clearer for an inspector or the council if they have to come around and take a look at things. So yeah, that's something I want to make sure is done before I put in for planning. But yeah, to be honest, it's one of them. If it takes a year, it takes a year. It really, cannot be helped. I guess one thing that I can be doing while planning is taking place is, saving up money. I'm sure it's going to cost a lot more than what I'm expecting or what I'm sort of thinking at the moment. But yeah, it's more time equals more saving for it, I guess. You could be planning and pricing for a bigger building than you are allowed, and if not allowed, then you have saved for something you could have aimed for cheaper. Yeah, but Derek, how are you going to know if you don't if you don't apply for something? You're not going to know if you can have that or not. So I don't really see your point there, to be honest. Like, you need plans to be able to, you can't just say to the council or whatever. You can't just say, how big of a garage can I have? You have to submit some sort of plans. Oh, it appears that the super. What am I saying? It appears that the comments are now coming through on StreamYard, so that means I can pop them up like that. Again, massive thanks to David. Yeah, guys, if you have any questions, like, I'm all ears for the next 10 minutes or so, then I think we'll be signing off. Yeah, don't be afraid, fire away. If you haven't already done so, smash the like button. It's greatly appreciated, and it really does help me out. I think I've messaged you about this, George. Google Earth is the council's weapon. If they see that trees were in your garden and you have removed them and lied about them, they will not grant planning. So, how do you mean if I've lied about them? Like, I'm not going to be lying about trees that were there. I mean, if they ask, have I cut trees down, then of course I'll just say yes. It's more so if trees are there, then of course the roots and whatever that can affect the structural side of things. But I think that's going to be more down to, when it comes to the foundations. I don't think the fact that there was possibly trees in the past, that's going to affect like how, high and wide you can have a garage. I think that's going to be more down to how thick the foundations are going to be. Be careful with that many people do think. Be careful with that many people do think they are smart about this. I would really check Google Earth and maps to see if the trees were visible on the maps. As if they were, you will be denied. I think we'll have to wait and see, I suppose. No, you need plans, but you're also saving for something more expensive that you could probably get cheaper under permitted development. I've been through the options on permitted development, and I mean, if it has to come down to that, it has to come down to that. But I wouldn't, like at this stage, I would not be happy with a garage and permitted development. The biggest size you can have is 30 square meters. So that is 6 meters by 5 meters. So 6 meters, that would only just about fit a car in with room to just about walk around it. And then 5 meters wide, that really doesn't leave space for a whole lot of, work area, filming area, tools, storage, and all the rest of it. So, yeah, I can't go. Well, I'm not going to go down permitted development route at this stage because it just wouldn't be big enough for what I ideally want. Yeah, that's my thoughts at the moment. Not only that, I completely just forgot about the height aspect as well. You can only have a total roof height of 4 meters and 2.5 meters to the eaves, which again is not tall enough to have a lift in there. So to answer your question, Simon, are you going to have a pit or a ramp? I want to have a ramp. Yeah, 2-post lift. That's the plan. So yeah, the roof's going to have to be taller than 4 meters, like the ridge line, I guess. Because I am, for argument's sake, the best part 2 meters. You can have, when you think of the height of some cars, SUVs in particular, they are roughly 2 meters. So if you want to have a 2 meter car, a 2 meter high car, 2 meters up in the air, so I can fully stand underneath it, and you're having a pitch roof. I mean, if it's a flat roof, of course you can just have it bang on 4 meters, right? But you're not going to have a 4 meter high flat roof building. Like that would look very tall. If it's 4 meters to the eaves, I don't think that would look the best either. So it's probably going to have to be a case of going about between 2.5 and 3 meters to the eaves, and then you're probably looking at about 4.5 to 5 meters to the ridge. I think that's probably going to have to be the sort of thing that we're looking at. Okay, they will examine the whole of Google Earth around you, and when they come back and they come and check, which they do, and see the trees are removed, you will then need your foundation checked completely by building. I will say, as I'm a surveyor myself, you need to have a very good person to have a height. I need to have a very good reason to have a height of 4 meters, and the council will ask why you need bigger than 4 meters, and if you tell them you want a lift, it will be straight denied, as then you get into waste disposal of all liquids and hazardous chemicals, and you need to be registered, which you can't register a garage as a business from a house. I would just take. Why do you need to be registered to get rid of liquids and hazardous chemicals? I would just take them to where I take them now, which is to the recycling centre, aka the dump, aka the tip. So, yeah, I don't know why that would be an issue. But yeah, some councils, I guess, are stricter than others, but I really don't know why it would be an issue. The height thing, I don't know why it's at the bottom of the garden. There's nobody behind. We wouldn't be talking like a massive amount over 4 meters. Like I said, it'd be probably 4.5 to 5 meters. George, sorry, pal, no chance. You will not get 4.5 or 5 meters. The house is 5 meters. They will never allow the permission. I can almost guarantee that. I will even bet you £300 right now and send it to you. Derek, feel free to send it me. You can send it to my PayPal, or you can donate a super chat on here if you like. Hello, can you hear me? That was frustrating. Can you hear me now, guys? I think I was just speaking to myself for a little while then. Simon, you said you were off. Sorry. Yeah, take care. Hope you're well and all the rest of it. Yeah, hopefully you can hear me now. Yeah, you can hear me. Okie doke. Yeah. What was I saying? I forgot, I think. Yeah, Andrew, I'm guessing you have an E60 M5 because, to my reckoning, no other E60s rev that high. I mean, you got the M54, N52, N62. That's about it, right? I don't think any of those rev to 7,900 RPM. So I'm guessing you have the S85. You are not allowed to run a garage from your house. That is the rules. Derek, I've never said I'm going to be running a garage from my house. It's just for personal use. I don't have customers coming here, so you haven't got to worry about that. Yes, I have an S85. Interesting. Curry says the car is asking for 6 bar of pressure, but only getting 4.3 bar. Yeah, that is interesting. I mean, straight away, you're obviously thinking of the fuel pump. Obviously, there's only it's only a low pressure fuel pump. There's no, it's a port injected engine. So I would be inclined to look at the fuel pump into the back seat. But I'm thinking as well injectors, and I have to tell you because it's quite a common issue actually on the S85 for the one or more of the injectors to stick open, and yeah, that's not fun. That is one way to grenade your engine. So I'd be inclined to swap out the injectors. And I know it sounds like a lot, like there's 10 injectors, but you can actually get them pretty cheap for that engine. I think for all 10, you're probably looking at about, I don't know, £300. And then possibly the fuel pump as well. I put a new fuel pump and filter in 2 years ago. Interesting. Have you noticed, was the issue there before you done that, or has it came back since you done that? And next question, which brand of fuel pump did you install? Was it a Bosch one? Asking for a car lift it's a straight deny by the council. Ask them yourself when they ask you what you need a 4.5 meter building for. The moment you say it's a car lift, it's denied and you have no other reason. Derek, there's plenty of people who have car lifts in their personal garages at home. So I just by saying I want a car lift, they're not going to deny permission. Dan, we've been going for over an hour now. Just a friendly reminder, if you have not already done so, smash the like button. See, we have 29 likes. You can't say you need to get a car in there, as there is more than enough space on a 4 meter height with 2.5 meter walls. That's all you're getting, mate. I do this daily, so I know very well. Can't wait for your plan. Yeah, that's what you get on permitted development. But when it comes to planning, then, of course, there's no limit to what you can get when it comes to planning permission. Okay, Derek, I'm not going to keep going on and on and on and arguing with you. You clearly know what you're talking about. You're clearly, a plannings officer or whatever you said. So, if you obviously know what's up, then you know what's up. I'm going to get denied planning permission, and the garage just isn't going to happen. So, yeah, guys, I guess the garage build is now off the cards, and I'm just going to have to continue working out in the rain. Bosch fuel pump and filter. High pressure part of the pump was broken. That's why it was changed. Injectors are next on the list of things to be changed. That's interesting. Tell you what, just because you have an S85, which is an engine that I love, I'm gonna sorry guys, I think the connection is quite loose onto the microphone. I don't know when it just cut out. But yeah, I am going to try and look up the S85 for you, Andrew. I'm just going to look at the fuel diagram, see if I can take an educated guess. But yeah, I did ask. I don't know if you heard, but I don't know if you have replaced the charcoal filter. Do you have any fault codes? Are you getting any fault codes, Andrew? And you have replaced the charcoal filter as well. Are you getting any fault codes though? Did you say it went into limp mode? Sure, you said it. You did. Yeah, engine light comes on. Yeah, so you will be getting a fault code for it then. Yeah, I mean, just having a quick look online. Possibly could be a fuse issue. Obviously, depending on the fault code. Jawad, just catching up. It's 8:10 Tuesday here in New Zealand. Well, that's like tomorrow. Are you back to the UK? Yes, I am back, Jawad. How's it going? Hope you're well. Hope everything is good down under. Maybe somebody has denied your audio. How's it going, Richard? Glad to have you in here. I think the fault code was 2788. I'm sure that was just related to sure that's what I just seen that as related to fuses, maybe. Okay, that's interesting. Okay. So I said about injectors. Somebody has had that fault code and it turned out to be bad injectors, one or more of them. So, I mean, even if it doesn't, even if this isn't the problem, I would probably replace the injectors next. I mean, I would replace the injectors anyway if they are the originals at this point, because the car is going to be at least 13, 14 years old at this point on the original injectors, and they're quite cheap and easy to swap out. So I would do the injectors. If that solves the problem, brilliant. But if not, like I said, I would still do it anyway, because you do not want one of those injectors sticking open. You do not want one of those injectors to be blocked, for a matter of fact. You don't want that engine running lean, because let's just say that is a very, very expensive engine to work on. Derek, remember to show us the plans and your granted permission, which when you apply, it goes live on the council website, which everyone can see. So we all know if you applied for planning permission. Derek, why are you so interested in this planning permission? So other things that you haven't got to worry. Leave me to do the worrying. Car runs perfectly up to 7,900 RPM, then puts check engine light on, but does not lose power. Doesn't lose power. Oh, you mean it like it doesn't go into limp mode? But like you say, I'm guessing it's requesting, like, because that you're going to be approaching peak power when it comes to that. So yeah, it's not getting enough fuel. Yeah, like I said, I would do the injectors regardless of this fault or not, if they are the originals. Like I said, I'm pretty sure you can pick up genuine Bosch injectors for about £30 a piece now. Not expensive at all. Guys, I think I'm going to wrap things up. Actually, I mean, we've been going for over an hour now. If you do have any questions, do you have anything you want to add in, then please do fire away. Don't be shy. Let's just have a quick roundup, actually. Let's see who we have in here. Just do a quick hi, a quick hello. I don't want anybody being shy, hiding in the shadows. Just give a quick hi, just so we can see exactly who we have in here. And yeah, then we'll wrap this thing up. It's been a pleasure, as always. I want to thank all of you for tuning in tonight. It's been good, actually. It's been good to be back on the YouTube. Like I said, it feels like the longest time ever. Best part of a month, I think. So I'm back in the UK. No more distractions, hopefully, planned anytime soon. I'm going to be back to business, have videos to fire away. Like I said, I think 2 or 3 videos from the trip, and then, yeah, just working our way through the jobs that we have on pretty much all of the cars, and moving on to bigger and better things. But like I said, very much so, the garage build is the focus, and it's something we've got to work towards, because I don't think we'll be able to take things to that next level without that garage. So yeah, guys, like I said, give a quick hello, hi. You can see we still have 13 of you in here. Before we tune out, I appreciate not everyone has a YouTube account, but yeah. The car is 18 years old. Injectors are going to be the next job. Yeah, good stuff. So that's a 2000. Wait, that's 2005 then. So very early M5. Yeah, I would definitely do them. Definitely do the injectors. Bonjour says, Corsa Andy. I have no interest in what you're building. Just what you're saying here is mental. 5 meter high building. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but the building that I'm planning to build, there's a neighbor, like I think, I don't know, a few doors up, and they have a similar thing to what I'm planning to build. So I don't think planning permission is going to be a struggle, if I'm honest. Could be wrong, but yeah, they seem to have built what a similar sort of thing to what I want. So I think we're going to be fine. So you do not need to worry anymore, Derek. Jawad says, "Hi mate, good to see you back. Can't wait to see your track videos." Yes, yeah, it definitely didn't go perfectly to plan, the Nurburgring lap. You guys will see exactly what I mean. Yeah, you'll see exactly what I mean. That should be coming hopefully sometime. Will it be coming this week? Maybe. So yeah, look forward to that, and then just consistent videos from here on out. Hi there. How is life? Do not let people get your address. Do not let people get your. Oh, do not let people. I can't speak. Hi there. How is life? Do not let people get your address. Keep your address secretly. Yeah, I know what you're saying, Stephen. Yeah, no, I appreciate that. I'm not going to share my address online. I mean, I wouldn't expect any of you guys to share your address online, so I'm not, about to do the same thing. But yeah, I appreciate that, Stephen. Yeah, like I said, guys, I am going to wrap things up. I think I need an early night tonight, if I'm being honest. It feels like I'm jet lagged, which is ridiculous because, you know, just drove back from France, which I guess it's an hour in front. I think, yeah, must be an hour in front, and yeah, that's not that much time, but yeah, I think. I mean, I guess now would be the equivalent of like 10:30 p.m. in France, so maybe I don't know. But yeah, I need an early night. Anyway, guys, again, thank you all for joining in. Thank you all for commenting and keeping the YouTube algorithm going. If you have not already done so, final call, hit that thumbs up button. Greatly appreciated. Doesn't cost a penny. And I want to say a massive thank you once again to David Merrifield. Once again, all donations, super chats, super stickers, Patreon signups, all goes to fund the garage build. So greatly appreciated. Yeah, guys, I'm not going to ramble on any longer. I'll give you all a minute to get any last comments in, and then we'll sign off. See you next time, Corsa. Andy, have a bowl of sausages and beans before bed, bud. Good luck. Appreciate it, Dean. Yeah, guys, you're all legends. Thanks a lot. Bye. Thank you, says Stephen. Yeah, thank you again, Stephen. Appreciate you joining in. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next one, I guess. Video should be up in a couple of days. I don't know. I want to try and get a good 3 videos out this week if we can. So stay tuned on the channel. A video will be live at some point. It's either tomorrow or the day after. We'll be live at 6 p.m. UK time. Keep checking back on the channel. And yeah, we're back in the swing of things now. So see you guys in the next one.